we're going to be multiplying fractions. So if you know that that's the title of Lesson 76, and we go back to the warm-up, and it says half of a whole. And I think most, if not all of you, were able to tell me the answer is 1/4. Let me ask you to try and figure out, did we multiply fractions to get that answer? So as you're writing this, I need to ask you, did we multiply fractions to get the answer 1/4?
Yes. Yes.
Said yes? All right, why do you say that, Julian?
Because we multiply the denominator by 2. Because a half is an 8.
Oh, I even gives me an extension example. Okay, so 1/2 here, half, another half, and of course a whole is just 1. We could say, but you're telling me we're multiplying here. Would anybody else agree with the fact that, hey, we're multiplying?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to put a dot here. If you want to put the X, that's okay, but like I said, we need to try and phase that out. So, half times a half times 1. And he said, well, that ends up being 1/4. Because the rule is what? You got the rule? Yeah, hang on, I'll get your question. Do the denominators have to be the same? That's a good question. No, they don't. They just happen to be the same here? Let me ask you a quick clarifying question before I give you the really simple rundown of this. How could you write 1 as a fraction?
1/1.
1 over 1?
100 over 1.
Any number divided by
1 itself.
itself is 1. All right, so 1 over 1 is the same thing as just 1. That sounds kind of confusing. A bit of a tongue twister.
1/1.
It's 1/1. But if you look at everything, the numerators, 1 times 1 times 1, what would that be?
1.
2 times 2 times 1.
2. 4.
I gotcha. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Here's the thing. Let me give you a general rule, which might look kind of funny to you, but I'm going to make it really simple, I promise, okay? Here's the rule. And yes, I want you to write it this way, starting out to help you kind of get into the way that math is going to be written, the language of math. In reality, it's not the math that confuses people, it's the language so much, okay? So what if I had A over C, and then I want you to multiply that by B over D. Now, that might look really weird because I'm using letters, but I'm just using letters as placeholders. I want you to understand that it doesn't matter what number it is. The denominators don't have to be the same. Now, Braylon, did you have a question? Did you need to go to the bathroom? Go ahead. So, I think Julian pretty much stated this. When you multiply fractions, you just multiply the numerators, and you get a product, and you multiply the denominators, and you get a product. So, this is the part that might be kind of weird for just a moment. A times B is actually just going to become AB. When you see two letters, two variables side by side in math, that means they're multiplying. Question, Keenan? CD. CD.
What's CD?
C times D.
I don't know it.
All right, so you walked in at kind of a weird time, but that's the rule that the top. Why don't I write it this way? Top times top, bottom times bottom.
You combine A and B and C.
All right, be careful with that word. Be careful with that word combined because that's going to mean something different in the future. Question? Yeah, man. What? Do you guys not go before class?
No. She goes well, you
It's like,
you try to, but there's like 37 boys in the bathroom.
did you guys ever go to the other one?
No, that's what elementary. We always get in trouble when we buy stuff with the elementary.
I didn't say you had to buy stuff off their cart, but I think it's okay if you got to go to the bathroom. Go. All right. Hang on. Let me finish, guys.
Could you say how many numbers
if you counted how many times a letter is into the alphabet.
No. Good. You remind me of myself. You see, A is not 1, B is not 2, C is not 3, D is not 4. That's a really great connection. It's not a cipher or a code. It's actually just a letter that stands in place of a number we don't know. But we can leave that behind if that's confusing for right now, and you can go with this as the big idea for lesson 76, that the tops multiply, the bottoms multiply, and you write the fraction that way. So 2/3 of 4/5. Let me make sure you don't miss this part. Of means we're going to be multiplying. So we're going to rewrite this as 2/3 times 4/5. So that's going to equal 8/15. Is that really all we have to do? Yes, that is all we have to do. That happens to be one of the examples in the book. What do you know? So, questions about lesson 76? Seat on the ground.